All right, Rick Santorum is kind of back in the news, and by back in the news, I mean he's just making more statements that don't connect to his actual work, which we can't figure out what it is in any way. They relate really mostly to him as a perennial presidential candidate. He spoke at CPAC, a few weeks ago, and we didn't talk about this then because at the time it wasn't a big deal, but now in the context of the Arizona SB 1062 bill, which has failed, fortunately, he commented on it. Okay, he sat down for an interview with National Review where he was asked about the importance of religious liberty, of course, as defined by right-wing Christians, and about Governor Jan Brewer's veto of the legislation which would have protected business owners who discriminated against gay customers. And Santorum said that religious liberty is of the utmost importance because the freedom of conscience is the trunk upon which all other branches of rights flow from. Host Patrick Brennan then noted, well, people like Mitt Romney, people like John McCain had openly opposed this legislation in Arizona, which between us, I'm speaking to the audience, we know it would have allowed for untold amounts of discrimination against LGBT individuals based on sincerely held religious beliefs. And Brennan asked Rick Santorum, what would you have done? How would you have voted on that bill? And here is what Rick Santorum had to say.
You mentioned Arizona. Arizona's an important case. But Obamacare is just as important a case of the government imposing itself on people's religious liberties and limiting freedom of conscience to just the four walls of the church. That's not what freedom is. It's not just in a particular place at a particular time. And so I think it's one that will resonate with people and one that I think can be a very effective telescope, if you will, into the future of where the Democratic Party wants to take us.
So Governor Romney said he would have voted against it. Senator McCain said he was against the Arizona bill. Would you have voted for it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Are you nuts to think that Rick Santorum wouldn't have been all about this thing? And if you watch the whole interview, the entire interview, Santorum gives the frothiest answers. It's just we all could have assumed, right, that this would have been a big thing that Santorum really liked.
Oh, of course. He could have wrote it himself. It's got his name all over it.
We have a country here, ladies and gentlemen, that was based on escaping the religious tyranny of England. And we have a huge portion of our society and elected officials that want to impose their religion on all of society. How did we come so far from a situation where we understood that freedom of religion includes freedom from religion and separation of church and state, the impetus for the separation from England and the creation of this country, to one where if you can't discriminate against people because of your one religion amongst many, somehow your religious liberties are being impinged upon?
David, the founders were Christian men. This is a Christian nation. All that matters is Christianity, and everyone else can just die. That's pretty much it.
For some reason, Rick Santorum particularly bothers me among the broader span of nuttery on the right. He's like a full-time political candidate. He has no job that produces anything for society. He contributes nothing at all, except saying the discriminatory thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. I would have been in on that. Very, very odd.